A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Midday News coming to you live on Global TV from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I'm Kemi Ashekun. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has received in audience the former governors of Rivers and Ebonyi states, Nyesom Wike and David Umahi, respectively, as well as Senator Godswill Akpabio, the All Progressive TC's preferred candidate for the Senate presidency. This is the second time the former Rivers governor will be visiting the president in 72 hours. While the agenda for the visit is unclear, it may not be unconnected with the leadership of the 10th National Assembly that will be inaugurated this month. The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) and the Trade Union Congress (TUC) on Monday night suspended their strike scheduled for Wednesday. The decision followed a meeting by the representatives of the federal government and organized labor at the presidential villa over fuel subsidy removal, which ended at about 10:30 p.m. on Monday. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, who read the resolution on the outcome of the meeting, said they would reconvene on the 19th of June. According to him, the federal government, the TUC and the NLC will establish a joint committee to review the proposal for any wage increase or award and establish a framework and timeline for the implementation. Global TV's Uyi Agbomofuegbe completes the story.
Don't recall my back.
No, I need to go
Madam. Oh, you don't block me.
Trade Union Congress of Nigeria (TUC) has demanded payment of a new minimum wage of 200,000 naira monthly and that the federal government reverts to the pump price of 185 naira per litre of petrol to allow for a conducive environment for negotiation. The President and Secretary General of TUC, Festus Osifo, and Nuhu Toru said the minimum wage should be increased from the current 30,000 naira to the 200,000 naira before the end of June 2023, with consequential adjustments on the cost of living allowance, adding that all the governors must commit to implementing the new minimum wage. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has tasked security and intelligence agencies in the country on the importance of sharing information and intelligence among themselves, saying hoarding such resources could be counterproductive in the fight against terrorism. The president spoke after undertaking a tour of the new office of the National Security Advisor and facilities at the National Counterterrorism Center, NCTC, in Abuja. Uyi Agbomofuegbe has more.
While noting the efforts demonstrated in countering terrorism and the state-of-the-art facilities at both sites, President Tinubu highlighted the importance of backing such efforts with knowledge. He said his administration had recognized that in order to achieve economic revival, prosperity and development, security should be of utmost priority.
What I've seen here is a demonstration of intelligent effort. Terrorism. It must be backed by knowledge. It's counterterrorism that is not backed by knowledge. It's not going to be of any service to any nation.
The president, who described the tour of facilities at the ONSA building as very important, expressed his willingness to do whatever is necessary to support the nation's security architecture.
We must focus on one tunnel, coordinate shared information, shared intelligence, coordinate and work harder. Then you cannot hoard those information.
In his remarks, the National Security Advisor, Major General Babangana Mongono, retired, thanked the president for making the visit his first engagement outside the villa, saying it reinforces his commitment, dedication, and inflexible rigidity to ensuring that the security misfortunes of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and by extension the sub-region, are overcome within the shortest possible time.
I urge you, Mr. President, not to relent in the support you've been giving us as a result of the meeting we had with you on Thursday of last week, and we are compelled to note that all the agencies have started working assiduously towards realizing your objective.
Mongono pledged the total commitment and dedication of ONSA to ensuring that President Tinubu realizes the promises he made to the Nigerian people on security. Uyi Agumofwegbe, reporting for Global TV, Abuja.
Of 1,630 cases courting across major offenses such as terrorism, kidnapping, armed robbery, banditry and proliferation of firearms were recorded between January and May this year, according to the Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Alkali Baba. He made this known during his June 2023 meeting of strategic police officers at the Force Headquarters, Abuja. According to IGP, crime analysis available between January and May 2023 reveals that the internal security situation of the country is relatively calm and continues to improve, with a decline in incidences of major crimes recorded across the 6 geopolitical zones. Kikelomo Okere of Global TV completes the story.
The Inspector General of Police says 3 suspects were arrested for participation in various crimes across the country, while 316 victims of kidnapping were rescued during the same period, while 486 assorted firearms consisting of AK-47 rifle, locally fabricated automatic weapons were recovered.
During various operations carried out by the operatives of the Nigeria Police Force, with the period being considered or assessed, we have a total of 3,619 suspects which were arrested for their participation in various crimes across the country. 316 victims of kidnapping were rescued during the same period, while 486 assorted firearms consisting of AK-47 rifles and locally fabricated automatic weapons were recovered. Equally, 4,072 assorted caliber of ammunition and other incriminating items linked to various major crimes were also recovered.
The IGP noted that regardless of the quantum of achievements recorded within the period under review, the successful democratic transitioning that happened on the 29th of May 2023 still remains prevailing and projected threats across the country, including the aftermath of the fuel subsidy removal with the emerging threat of industrial action.
We must redouble our efforts to maintain the peace and stability of our democracy. This is critically important as we also prepare for the nation's Democracy Day, which is called June 4th. In so doing, I charge you all to remain focused while monitoring the election tribunals and the proposed industrial action across the country. May it come into fruit. Using crime management mechanisms to forestall any untoward acts from political and non-political actors who are bent on not allowing this country to stay in peace.
The police boss, however, stressed that the Nigerian police force will continue to leverage on the support of the federal government as the force reevaluates internal security dynamics and adapts the strategies towards ensuring that the current downward trend in crime across the country is sustained. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News, Abuja.
Chief of Staff to former President Muhammadu Buhari, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, has handed over to his successor, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, the The handover ceremony, which took place at the presidential villa in Abuja, followed the announcement of Honorable Gbajabiamila as Chief of Staff to President Bola Tinubu last Friday. The brief event, which was caught in a muted video clip, also featured President Tinubu coming in after the handing over to pose for a photo session with the duo. You're watching the Midday News on Global TV, coming to you live on Star Times Channel 276 from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. You can follow us across social media platforms at Global TV NG. More stories coming your way after this break. Do stay with us. Members and non-members of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC Plus, have agreed to cut crude oil production volumes in order to ensure global oil market stability, but has allowed Nigeria, Congo, and Angola to continue to produce maximally to their OPEC quota of 2023. Saudi Arabia, a major oil producer and key member of OPEC, made an additional voluntary cut of 1 million barrels of oil per day as a part of a deal struck by OPEC Plus after hours of tense haggling. Nigeria and other OPEC and non-OPEC members met at the 35th Joint Ministerial Monitoring Committee meeting of OPEC held in Vienna, Austria on Sunday. The Nigerian head of delegation to the meeting said in a statement that OPEC had also agreed to allow these countries to continue to produce maximally to their OPEC quota of 2023. And now to sports. A brace from 20-year-old Enzo Mediot was enough to secure VfB Stuttgart 3-1 in the second leg of the relegation playoff on Monday to round off a 6-1 aggregate victory. Hamburg faced an Herculean task at Volksparkstadion as they attempted to overcome a 3-0 deficit from the first leg by pulling one goal early on from Sonny Kittel's goal 6 minutes into the game. A brace from Mediot 2 minutes into the second half and another goal in the 64th minute confirmed Hamburg, who suffered their first ever relegation from the Bundesliga in 2018, will spend another season in the second tier of the German Bundesliga. Iga Swiatek eased into the quarterfinals of the French Open after a lengthy stoppage time to check the blood pressure of her opponent Lesia Surenko 5 games into the match. Surenko, who only returned to court only to bow out on health basis. World number 1 Iga Swiatek is off to a quarterfinal match with Coco Gauff in a rematch of last year's French Open final after her opponent Lesia Surenko retired trailing 5-1 in the first set. Enigmatic Swede Zlatan Ibrahimovic has decided to call time on a trophy-laden career that saw him representing Malmo, Ajax, Juventus, Inter Milan, Barcelona, PSG, United and the LA Galaxy, winning league titles in the Netherlands, Spain, France and Italy across his 24 years in professional football, scoring 511 goals in 866 club games, as well as 62 in 122 for his country. The striker, whose AC Milan contract expires at the end of June, was all teary before Milan fans as they played their final game of the season against Hellas Verona at the San Siro on Sunday following an injury-plagued season. The ex-Manchester United and PSG star made just 4 appearances in all competitions in the just concluded campaign and last featured against Udinese on the 18th of March. It is not yet known what lies in store for the legendary attacker. However, it is safe to say that he won't be jumping into the dugout anytime soon. And that's all for the Midday News on Global TV, broadcasting live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times Channel 276, and you can follow us across social media platforms using the handle at Global TV NG. Thank you for watching. Have a good afternoon. I'm Kemi Ashikun. That's more at 4 if you stay with us.